Most families keep their family secrets a secret. Most don't talk about the swindling uncle or the street-walking great aunt. Such stories remain unmentioned at the family reunion and unrecorded in the family Bible. That is, unless you are the God-man. Jesus displays the bad apples of his family tree in the first chapter of the New Testament. You've barely dipped a toe into Matthew's Gospel when you realize Jesus hails from the Tilted Halo Society. Rahab was a Jericho harlot. Grandpa Jacob was slippery enough to warrant an electric ankle bracelet. David had a personality as irregular as a Picasso painting. One day writing psalms, another day seducing his captain's wife. But did Jesus erase his name from the list? Not at all. You'd think he would have. Entertainment Tonight could quarry a season of gossip out of these stories. Why did Jesus hang his family's dirty laundry on the neighborhood clothesline? Because your family has some too. An uncle with a prison record. The dad who never came home. The grandparent who ran away with a coworker. If your family tree has bruised fruit, then Jesus wants you to know, I've been there. The phrase, I've been there, is in the chorus of Christ's theme song. To the lonely, Jesus whispers, I've been there. To the discouraged, Christ nods his head and sighs, I've been there. Just look at his hometown, a sleepy, humble, forgotten hamlet. To find its parallel in our world, where would we go? We'd leave the United States. We'd bypass Europe and most of Latin America. Israel wasn't a superpower or a commercial force or a vacation resort. The land Joshua settled and Jesus loved barely registered on the Roman Empire radar screen. But it was there. Caesar's soldiers occupied it, like Poland in the 1940s or Guatemala in the 1980s. The Judean hills knew the rumbles of a foreign army. Though you've got to wonder if Roman soldiers ever made it as far north as Nazareth. Envision a dusty, quiet village. A place that would cause people to say, does anything good come out of? In the case of Christ, the blank was filled with the name Nazareth. An unimpressive town in an unimpressive nation. Where do we go to find such a place today? Iraq, Afghanistan, Burkina Faso, Cambodia, take your pick. Find a Sumerian, agriculturally based region orbiting on the fringe of any social epicenter. Climb into a jeep and go there, looking for a family like Jesus's. Ignore the nicer homes of the village. Joseph and Mary celebrated the birth of Jesus with a temple offering of 2 turtle doves. The gift of the poor. Luke 2, verse 22 through 24. Go to the poorer part of town, not poverty-stricken or destitute, just simple. And look for a single mom. The absence of Joseph in the adult life of Jesus suggests that Mary may have raised him and the rest of the kids alone. We need a simple home with a single mom and an ordinary laborer. Jesus' neighbors remembered him as a worker. He's just a carpenter. Mark 6, verse 3. Jesus had dirty hands, sweat-stained shirts, and this may surprise you, common looks. No stately form or majesty that we should look upon him, nor appearance that we should be attracted to him. Isaiah 53, verse 2. Drop-dead smile? Steal your breath physique? No. Heads didn't turn when Jesus passed. If he was anything like his peers, he had a broad peasant's face, dark olive skin, short curly hair, and a prominent nose. He stood 5 feet 1 inch tall and weighed around 110 pounds, hardly worthy of a GQ cover. According to a 3rd century historian, Origen, his body was small and ill-shapen and ignoble. Are your looks run-of-the-mill and your ways simple? So were his. He's been there. Questionable pedigree. Raised in an overlooked nation among oppressed people in an obscure village. Simple home, single mom, an ordinary laborer with ordinary looks. Can you spot him? See the adobe house with the thatched roof? Yes, the one with chickens in the yard and the gangly teenager repairing chairs in the shed. Word has it he can fix your plumbing as well. He's been there. He had to enter into every detail of human life. Then, when he came before God as high priest to get rid of the people's sins, he would have already experienced it all himself, all the pain, all the testing, and would be able to help where help was needed. Hebrews 2, verse 17 through 18.